Okay, you've seen the 1 a.m. star completion, or you're about to see it. Now get ready for the 2 a.m. commentary. Hello everybody, my name's Pluto, and this is Twisted Adventures Intense Challenge, Sudden Death Cave, Red Coins. This star is pretty silly, and I got it in an hour 40 minutes, so let's talk about it. So, the big gimmick of the stage is the toxic gas. There's a lot of it, and this commentary is going to be a bit fast-paced because this is only a 15-minute long star. Shortest one I've gotten in a while, actually. But regardless, the other big attribute besides the abundance of toxic gas is that the stage has 32 red coins, which is a lot of fucking red coins. That's arguably more money than is in, like, I don't know, insert joke about poor countries. So, the stage has its difficulty in two aspects. Number one, you need to be quite fast in a lot of areas, and number two, you need to be very precise in a lot of areas. So, you're seeing some of that precision here in this beginning, where we need to be on our toes constantly testing our ability to navigate in kind of tight corridors. That's going to be a running theme in the stage, is that there's going to be a lot of areas in which we're not going to have a whole lot of room to move. After these first three reds, we're going to see the first kind of route divergence. I go back in this pipe and I immediately go for the shell red coin. Now, there's no particular reason why I go for the shell red coin now. It's just really, it's fast, and I would rather have this be something that I 1% die to this early than 1% die to with 31 reds. Of course, I don't know anything about dying of 31 reds in the star. It's not like it happened 20 minutes into the grind and then it took another 80 minutes to get the star, or anything oddly specific like that. That kind of made me a little salty. So here we have the first challenging red coin. Get a lot of speed into the heart, and then you need to do a triple jump, and then with some good lava bouncing here, you can barely touch this coin. I'm a bit low on HP here. Ideally you want to have 4 when you grab the coin, but that's okay because I just barely have enough time to grab the 10 coin box there and get a nice HP refill. Jump all the way back down here and get this red coin, land on this little tip. Now we're going to do a little triple jump and get back up. So that was like a little taste of one of the harder jumps in the stage. This jump's a little bit tricky. It can be quite hard to grab this red coin because it's very high up. It's actually important that you don't spawn hundreds here, because I don't know if it's possible to grab the star if it's up there. Maybe you can with like a super precise firstie. Alright, so now we're going to go back onto this little thing, but instead of going forward, we're instead going to make a right turn here, and this is going to send us into the majority of the stage here. So the little technique here is that if you just stand in the corner and do a double jump, just holding forward after you jump happens to line you up really good for that triple jump dive. And then, I think I missed the red coin here. That's no big deal because there's a heart. The stage is pretty lenient with the hearts and the health. There's only 116 coins in the stage, but there's an abundant number of hearts, which makes it so even if you use up your coins, you can reclaim. So that's pretty nice. Alright, so a little bit of an interesting walking section here. Thankfully, like grabbing that ledge there perfectly lines you up with the walls, that way you can just go right over there. And we're just going to jump down here and do a little QSLG to get on the other side of this little fence to get into this weird room. So there's 3 different sections. There's the weird wall stuff, there's the letters, which we're not really going to do, and there's this little section right here. This is another weird thing that I do that other people don't. I get this red first in this area. Some people like to jump down from a different red to get this red, but I find it easier to get it now and then jump straight to the pipe once you get the red that's at the top. That's just how I prefer to do things. I just found it more consistent. Kick up this slope once you get here. This jump's a little interesting. I gotta dive to get up there to have enough speed, and then there you just want to get the red coin real quick. You do want to be a bit fast with this, because if you're not fast enough, you'll have to do riskier strats to get to the heart, as opposed to the safest strat, which is that back football kick, which is very easy, but it's also quite slow. And now we're going to get into probably the most visually interesting part of the stage. These very wacky walls here, which have a lot of interesting, quirky sections to them. I don't really know what was going on here, but I like it. It's an interesting idea. It's unique. Here there's actually a place where you can clip through the floor, and you actually see me do it there. Some people actually use that to their advantage to get this red coin, but I prefer to do it in a more intended path. I just find it to be easier and more consistent because the gap to clip through the floor is a bit small, and I don't know. I found myself dying often when going for it, so I just go for that. I think it's easier. Barely had enough time to get the HP there because I kind of messed up, but no big deal. We're just going to triple jump up. So, while we're on some of the easier jumps here, because nothing in this is too insane, besides here where I do a dive rollout, and that's just to get a long jump immediately. So TAIC, I'm not gonna lie, this game, there's a reason why I stopped playing this for months. It's not the best game ever. There is a weird addicting fun where it's like, it's so bad, but I can't get enough of it. I don't understand. It's like I absolutely hate it and everything about it is revolting. But I don't know, I can't stop. On Friday I had 127 stars, and then I went all the way to 141 stars, and then today I did the entirety of course 15 in one day. More than a day if you count midnight as being the next day, which technically it is, but like, come on, that's not how days work. We're humans. We think about things in human scales, not in celestial scales. Alright, so get back up here and jump down, and you can just jump down straight to the box and enter the pipe. And with that, we're kind of halfway through. Yeah, pretty much the halfway point in the star. It's a little under the halfway point, but I think the pipe's a good marker that you're almost there. Well, not almost. Alright, so a little bit tricky to get a long jump going there. The best strategy is to get some momentum, so that way you can build up some speed there to get the long jump going. If you just try to do it from a standstill won't work too well. That's that little order of lava bounces there where you go high, low to grab the red, and then high again is the best one for me. That's what worked. I'm gonna do another one of those momentum long jumps to be able to spin this heart fast enough so that way you can lava bounce up this little lava fall. I think it's called the lava waterfall in one of the stars, isn't it? And just turn around the slope, no big deal. This stage ended up actually being my favorite in the game. It was, I don't know, I feel like it was just the most interesting, and it actually had some pretty fun things. I also haven't mentioned it, by the way, but once you enter the pipe, there's no more toxic gas unless you fall below a certain point. But for the most part, we're going to be above the toxic gas line, so you don't have to worry about it too much here. But yeah, I don't know, I really like this stage. I feel like it had a lot of interesting jumps, and like, a lot of Tyke stages had this problem for me where I found them to be pretty boring for the most part, but because of the stage's gimmick, it never really got boring for me. So, like, Course 14, I genuinely thought was extremely boring. I was just not stimulated by that stage at all, which sounds like I'm bragging and saying it's easy. It's not easy by any means. It's definitely difficult, and it definitely challenged me. It's like, I don't know, there's just something about it that just prevented me from being, like, mentally engaged with the challenge. And then there's this stage, which is like, it's not an incredible stage, but it's like, I would list this as like a good stage. Like, I would give this like a 7 out of 10, honestly, if I had to objectify the stage. I don't know why I said objectify the stage, it's literally an object. There's a little visual cue for landing on the slide of the platforms while it's flipping. You just start the jump when you're halfway, or when like the platforms are even, and it always lines you up to land on the middle section. Pretty neat trick that you might not know about. Sometimes that Shy Guy kind of falls, it's annoying. It's more annoying when you're going for hundreds, because then you're just fucked. My hundreds route has some extra coins because of that Shy Guy, and also just because there's 10 coin boxes you can miss. I should probably talk about my method for getting 44.9s, by the way. Without AgLabCam, because this hack doesn't have AgLabCam, and I didn't use any plugins to like make 44.9s free. The strategy is just when you're in the middle of the long jump, instead of holding forward, you instead hold a bit towards the wall. You can look over and over again at my input display for the very first jump in the stage if you want to see a better example of that, because like there it's like way more precise than these. I use this technique 3 times. I use it in the very beginning, I use it here, and then I use it on the 31st red coin. Or not the 31st red coin. Wait, no, yeah, it is the 31st red coin. What am I talking about? Alright, so get on the heart there, get a lot of speed, lava bounce up to the top. And here we have my least favorite part of the stage, or not the stage, it's the second least favorite part of the stage. I forgot that the letters existed, which I really don't like. But this section's kind of awkward. There's a lot of annoying fire. The fire hitbox can destroy you. This jump is way too precise. It's just kind of frustrating, and I think I died to that twice in attempts, which was extremely aggravating, I'm not gonna lie. And then past this point I only died once, and that was the 31 out of 32 I alluded to earlier. I surprisingly never died to this section, which I'm pretty sure is like the hard part of the stage, or like the hardest part, and just somehow I just like, I don't know, like I was just like really good at it, I guess. Because like I just never, I didn't struggle with it at all. I kind of like this type of platforming where you gotta play fast. I do mess up a bit here. You can see my movement isn't the cleanest, it's a bit sloppy. And my angle there isn't ideal, but it didn't really matter. I was fast enough, and instead of doing a side flip wall kick there, I did go for a long jump because I just found it more consistent. This section of the stage was probably my favorite. I just thought it was so cool, and it's very satisfying to execute, and it gets like your nerves pumping because it's like all over death, and I like death-defying stuff. Here's a visual cue where you use one of the bolts of the metal box to line up with one of the lines in the wall, and that happens to give you an angle where you don't wall kick off the first wall, but you do wall kick off the second wall, which you can see by a little crease in the wall there. That was a lot of words in once. Alright, so come over here. This jump is a little tricky. If you look at my hundreds video, which is on the second channel, I actually fucked up this jump and had to reclimb. That was kind of silly. So, get the red there, and then just use a visual cue to know which direction to fall off there. That's what I did, at least. I just looked at the long edge of that little platform. Hit that and dive back. And then get up this red. So we're actually nearing the end of the star already. As you can see, we're at 29 out of 32 reds. This section's the most tedious section because it's 100% retryable, but it's like the most precise thing in the stage. So you kind of just need to do it over and over again until you nail it. So I might as well just talk about how long this took. I already said it, but this star took 1 hour and 40 minutes to get, which I'm pretty happy with. I would never be, I'm not anymore, I would never be upset with how like long a star takes anymore. That's just not the kind of person I am mentality-wise. Anymore, at least. I used to be very hard on myself in that regard. But I'm quite proud of how short this took, especially when you consider that I had a 31 out of 32 literally 20 minutes in, which was kind of painful. But I'm really happy with this accomplishment. It's a really cool star. Actually, no, this is my second hardest star that I've gotten that doesn't have Aglab Cam, because E4, C14 reds exist. Man, why are all of these stupid hard stages green? But yeah, I'm really happy with this accomplishment. I think it's really cool. I don't know why everyone's playing Tyke all of a sudden, but I guess I'm contributing to the problem because I'm also playing Tyke. Peep me almost dying there. I'm shocked I lived that, and I'm also kind of surprised I ledge grabbed there. Anyways, coming in the pipe, we have the last little, we have the, just like straight up just the last hard jump here. You need to enter this pipe. You need to zoom in the camera, Mario Cam, then zoom in Lakitu Cam, Mario Cam, Lakitu Cam, and here on my attempt that died with a 31 out of 32, I died because I accidentally zoomed out Lakitu Cam, which made me unable to see the wall. Barely fucked it up. Pretty silly death, but once you get past that, you're pretty much done. All you need to do is just heal up with the heart here, re-enter the pipe, now just jump into the corner, and the star will spawn, and the jump to the star is pretty trivial. So, I'll switch back to the raw audio so you can hear the reaction. I hope you enjoyed the commentary, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye!
Choking the Nasta Delfino. I can't think of anyone
cool.
Delfino. Oh my god, you got it! I'm making fun of Delfino, you got it, good job! Fucking destroyed Tyke in like a fucking weekend. You're a monster.
Hog.
Easy peasy.
Let's go!
Should I show any videos? I don't know why I
There wasn't anything.
There was no celebration.
This isn't caramel dancing worthy.
That took under 2 hours of a 31 out of 32 choke 20 minutes in.
Gosh, that was so cool. Good
All right.
job, buddy.
Well, that was tilting. I got tilted.
It's a tilting start.
Best level in Tyke though. Best level in Tyke, and I still got salty.
Tyke moment.
Alright.